sound is coming out of my computer and not my other stuff.
American Night Owl is filmed before a live webcast audience.
This is a first. This is a first. Hey, check. Maybe it is working right. What's going on? Check. All right, oh, I know. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Already. I'm not even going to explain to you what my brain just did right there. That's so funny. Hello, evening, America. Nathan Moore here at your service, American Night Owl. Streaming live on Hippie Fiasco Rides Again Television. You can watch it on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. It's mostly a YouTube show. If you haven't checked out the Discord server, there's a link in the description. You should join us in Discord. It'll make sense eventually. Trust me, it's fun in there. It's a whole thing. Got inspired a lot by my trip to my Nana's, but also I moved my magic box to be within reach. I think you will not believe what's in there. There's 1,000 tricks in there. Each drawer has a whole world. Oh, you'll see them all eventually. I still get so nervous, but I'm really doing it. I mean, I brought out my my mat. It's actually dirty, so I ordered a new one, but I got this mat. See? Oh goodness, I dropped the horse. Before you were born, you had it all the love and riches in the world. Before you were born, you'd fly along the wind, and then you were born, and now you want it all back again, and then you want it all back again. Ooh. Before you were born, you sang in tune, sat still as a stone, ran rings around the moon. quick as lightning above a riverbed. Then you were born. Now you want it all back again. You know you want it all back again. Ooh. Before you were born, oops. Before you were born, baby, you was free, and now you're chained to happiness and misery. Before you were born, you were without sin. Then you were born, and now you want it all back again. And now you want it all back again. Woo-hoo. Before you were born, baby, you was free. Now you're chained to happiness and misery. You were born. Before you were born, you had no fears. The sun was your smile, the rain was your tears. Before you were born, before you were born, nothing grew without the rain, and your smile had no end. And then you were born, now you want it all back again. 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 Now you want it all back Welcome to the show. Have fun out there. I need to see some fun gifts tonight. I wanna have some fun with these moving pictures. Yeah, let's. It's time. It's time. Thanks a lot, Monk. Come on now. always thought I could play if I had the chance, but I never did, and all I can do is dance. Train station, walk along the rail line where the hobos hopped on the nation. You know, I always thought I could be one if I had the chance, but I never did, and all I can do is dance. Lost his mind just trying to be a poet. Cause someone wished they were and try to be and think they weren't and be one, and I know it because I always thought I could be one if I had the chance, but I never did, and all I can do is dance.
fiasco.
Ooh, that was fun.
American Night Out.
There were a couple of weird things happening on this end, but that was fun as hell. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Monday. Oh, my work is never over, even when the day is done. I toss and turn when I'm sleeping. Come the morning, my work has just begun. God, there's so many things happening on this end. I'm just been so inspired by all that we've been accomplishing that I got this $160 little huge upgrade. It's a little guy, and it's not this has actually been sitting in my cart for months. But thanks to some Holler and Hope album sales, I took the plunge and sent the $160 some for this guy. I've been using this. I've had this board over here, this Mackie, for, gosh. Oh, wait, you don't see what I'm seeing. Come on, buttons. I always have to double check, make sure my buttons work. There it is. Here, we can actually all hang out together. There you go. Look at that. This guy over here, the old Mackie, I've had that for 20 some odd years. It's a workhorse, and it has a million buttons. It does a million things. The routings, it has a billion possibilities, but it's complicated. It's full of dust. It's unreliable. Half the time I would go to a sound effect, it would be just coming out of the right speaker, and I'd have to mute the show, cut it up. I mean, it was crazy what we've been working with all these months. But we survived it, and now we've leveled up. Look at that. Little alto, even has built-in effects. So that's handling, a lot of stuff like the high, but it's all routed right through there, and the piano's going through there. It even has like its own reverb and stuff. So for some reason, there it goes. I was locking my computer up with all the things I was asking it to do. It has built-in effects. Here, I'll put some delay on it so you can really hear it. Oops, that's wrong. Oh, that's reverb and flange. But here, if we want something actually tasty, let's go like that. Oh, wait. Interesting. Huh. Oh, I see. It's new. I gotta come. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. I was wondering what this is Well, I took that thing for a test drive, wrapped it around the tree. No thanks, not interested in that car. No thank you, sirree, Bob. I will not take that car. I appreciate you letting me take it for a test drive. Wrapped it around a peach tree down there. I don't think so. $3,000. There's the effects. Welcome to the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again late night show, American Night Owl, with your host, Nathan Moore. Oh, thank you. So sweet. Thank you. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, come on. It's Monday night. We need strength. We need energy. Well, as you can see, more pieces are falling into place. This spaceship, the board, my old board, the 20-year-old board, that's a Mackie. I should take that, see how. No, I guess you can't. I can't reach this thing very high. Here you go, though. I can do this. Old Faithful. But I tell you what, it was really it was inhibitive. It was unreliable and inhibitive in terms of the process of the show. It because it would sit up there with all those billions of knobs that from a distance, and when you're 50, you can't really quite distinguish the difference between them. You really have to sort of get up there with a flashlight and figure it out. See here. Oh yeah, you can see it. This little guy. Here, I'll take you in for a closer look on this little guy. See, before it was this sea of knobs stretching eternally out away from me. Half the time it would be, coming out of one half of the speaker. I'd have to mute the cast, crank up the volume. It would break something loose in there, free. So weird to me still. And so it was a little bit prohibitive. I was not inspired to go this direction as much as I should, because I love this direction. And so this little guy, though, game changer. I have no reason to doubt it. It's never given me a single reason to doubt it, so I have complete confidence in it. I still have to figure out what all the knobs are, but so the way I got it set up, just for you geeks out there, this row is going to my loop pedal. So anything I want to send to my looper, I just turn up that knob. And this is just the effects that are built in. If I want to use some of those on, this is the my harmony microphone. This is my kick board, the porch board. 2 free channels still. Stereo feed for the keyboard, stereo feed for the iPad. And there it is. Anything I want to send. But I wouldn't even think this way on the Mackie, and it drove me crazy. But like when Lex and I are jamming and I want to create a loop and I want to sing, but I don't want to record my vocal into the loop, I just cut it down. I don't send it to the loop. And I could have done that on here, but on here it would be like 8 freaking buttons up and not a different color. It'd be like one of those buttons. Just too much. Too much. And there's a billion different ways you can route it. On this, there's only 4. So it's just like, it is what it is. It does what it does. It sits there. I can reach every button without moving. I don't need a flashlight. I'm pretty sure they're going to work. Bam. Leveled up. Holy moly. Hallelujah. Thank you all so much for buying Holler and Hope. Yeah, it looks a lot like yours. Yeah, the effects that are built into this guy are Elisa's effects. So there's several similarities there. Look at that guy. Yeah. I've needed this for a long time. I just never pulled the trigger. I think it was sitting in my cart for months. Well, to be honest, I was so excited to go live, I forgot to get ready to go live. I don't have any videos planned to cut away to. I could see what was in there last time we were hanging out. What do you do with this? What you want that? Hey, here, take that. There you go. You can have that. Boy, poor Facebook. I feel like Facebook's hurting. People don't really know what to do now. It's like I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I thought I had an analogy ready to go. It's the there's a lot of dilemmas when it comes to being a warrior. What do you do if you're a warrior? What do you do when there's no war? What do you do when love is the answer? What do you do when there's world peace? What do you do? Are you just thankful that you don't have a purpose? Are you just grateful you don't have a place? Because you know in your heart that the necessity for what you are, for what you're amazing at, is from the dark past. What do you do? What do you talk about then? Can't wait for Kendi to see the Connect 4 back there. For Moody to see Evil finally. I mean, all the things are falling into place. We got the original stained glass that Liz made back in the Hippie Fiasco days. The original Hippie Fiasco days. Lemon Sunrise. Congratulations, you got a lemon. Some new varieties of Taos Home hot sauce. I think OK Google It's going to make a triumphant return on Wednesday night. That's the rumor. That's the word on the street. Yeah, it's really filling up big time. That's a La Sierra Hoedown sticker. And Kazoo Keeper sent me that Keep On Truckin' right there. Speaking of which, I sort of feel like we might have to take Todd Snyder to court. Have you seen his marketing lately? The thing that made me think of that is our font, the original Hippie Fiasco Rides Again font that we've used for a million things, was called Keep On Truckin'. That was the name of the freaking font. But on how many levels is Todd Snyder? Maybe, it's just a sign that he's family. He doesn't know it, though. Now, look. I'll make it bigger so you can really see. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Keep On Truckin' font. And I don't know, is it just me or did he get a lemon? Did you get a lemon, Todd? I know you turned it into lemonade. I know you did. But did you get a lemon? Is that what we're saying? Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking, Todd. But I'm not going to call my lawyers, but I am studying law. That's the path I'm taking. I'm coming after you, Todd. All you have to do is pass the bar. You know that, right? You don't have to go to a certain amount of school at all. You don't need any credentials. You don't need any special diploma. You don't need any. All you have to do is pass the bar, and you're a law, and you get certified. So, I've been readying for this fateful day that's a coming in my own time. I'm coming after you. It looks like a lemon to me. It was always like that. I remember during the original Fiasco, there was the McDonald's commercial. Oh man, why don't I have all hard drives hooked up to my computer at all times? God. I should be able to go, oh, remember that McDonald's? Just type it in, pull it right on over. Nope, but I can't. Apparently I can do this, though.
McDonald, 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 McDonald.
See, I can't hear that. I just dragged it in.
Favorite photograph.
This is a huge complaint I have with this program. I just pulled that audio file in, and it started playing automatically, but by default is set to not monitor, so it doesn't bother me. And that's why sometimes there'll be music playing, and I'll have no idea that it's happening, because it defaults to not monitor, so I have to always be conscious of that.
Teenagers love the pictures we take.
Mom and Dad like 'em too.
The pictures we take. Children's pictures are specialty too. So call us today, whatever you do.
Okay. There are some interesting technical stuff. That played through the computer speakers. Too much information. You don't want to know this. You don't want to know this. I should be a professional. You guys have been so patiently watching me build this show for a year. It's like a year now or something. So close. Just building it. And that's been the whole show, is watching me create the show, the idea for the show. But at some point, it has to come together and be a show. Right? I mean, that the heat is on. I don't know if I might just quit at that point if I can't keep building it. But at a certain point, it seems like, you do a nice tight hour or whatever with all the things you built, with all the songs, do a few songs, have it feel like a show. I feel like people might tune in and they see how we're just hanging out, and they're like, I don't know anybody here, and I just came for the show, and this doesn't seem like a show. There's always going to be an aspect to that. But I want to give them a show. That's what I'm saying. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't think I want to put on a show? Oh my God. Monk says, I have so many questions. Like what? Fire. Ready, aim, pull. Always under construction. Always building back better. Can't we just like make something last? That'll be my campaign slogan. All right, did you build it back better? Okay, good. All right. Now I'm going to try to make it last. Make it last. That's a terrible slogan, I guess. So many ways to mock that. But still, I'm writing it down. Make it last. I like all the ways you can mock that. Oh my gosh. It's cool. Make it last. Oh my gosh. It was so weird preparing for that. The whole other show was so exciting. So many fun ideas. You know, it was going to be to the higher power, to the higher power. And I ran into so many technical and otherwise, and not being able to find stuff, like stuff was being hidden from me. Determined to keep me humble for this one. Whew, that worked. I couldn't believe how many things went wrong in the lead up, and then we came out of the gate, and there was no audio at the beginning. We had to restart the show, and then other audio was playing while we were playing for like an hour. I cut that out, by the way. If you go watch it on YouTube, don't be afraid to send your friends to watch that show on YouTube, because I cut that whole hour out. It was heartbreaking because I loved that we played under Russell Brand coming out. It's really sweet. But it was just too much, that other music going on. Okay, Monk's questions are in the batter's box. What is that beautiful tool chest below isn't that amazing? Kethra gave that to me. And it's full of magic. It's chock full of thousands of illusions and props. But it's just amazing. The box itself is unbelievable. Like this comes up. You can't close this unless the lid is open. So if you lock this, if you latch the top, you can't open that piece of wood. So then you open it here, then you pull this out. Oh goodness. I'll get that later. It works like a really good table too. I don't want to force it. There it goes. It's a nice little table to work on too. Such a beautiful piece. Love that. Here's to it. All right. That was question number 2. The first one. Is that a picture of James Murphy above the Chad and Suburban die-cast model? That's my grandfather. I made that for Nana. That's of my granddad. I did wood burning. I burned it into wood. So And next to that is the bluebird for Nana. So that's Nana and Granddad there. Loving my little owl. He's fun to be around. All right, next question. What is that embroidered little frame ditty behind you? Nana made that. All right, that we're gonna have to pull down the. It's the first time I really thought about how Nana's initials and my initials are both NM. Nancy Moore was her real name. Right there's her. There you go. There's their bluebird. Appleberry Hill is the name they gave their where they live. Their house was up on a hill, Appleberry Hill. They had a lot of apple trees. They lived in an apple orchard, and she designed the house and did all the interior. She said that in her notes about me, that was the happiest time in her life. So really, it was I've been sort of dreading going to her house since she passed away, and but then we did it, and it turned out to be really fun, I guess, in a way, touching. And she left us a quilt that's a family heirloom that's hundreds of years old, like maybe. Oh, it said over 200 years old or something like that. But the magic thing is that it really, that shelf was one of the first things I found just in the garage. It was just like something they already weren't using. So that, and the Moors, yeah. All this stuff. I gave her this one Christmas. This is from Santa Fe when I lived in New Mexico. This is probably 20-some years ago. I gave her this as a gift one Christmas. And of course, it just fits right under there. And I've been getting into doing more magic on the show. So bringing the magic boxes over was but it all just felt like it was falling magically into place. That's a picture Lex took after my brother Joe's bachelor party of the tree we were in the night before. Old Woody. And this is actually Woody, the puppet here. I brought him off the wall a little bit. Give him some depth. Bam. Bada boom, bada bing. Thanks for watching. Moody sent. Actually, I was going to cut to a video, but then I realized that you had more questions that are still in this theme. But Moody sent me that Evel Knievel after Willie and I were just reminiscing one night about our favorite childhood toys, and I was like, "Have you ever seen the wind-up Evel Knievel?" And next thing you know, Moody sent me a package. It was like, keep an eye out. I had no idea what was coming, but it was freaking Evel Knievel wind-up toy. We've jumped him several times on the cast. It will happen again soon, I'm sure, where we will try to leap something else. Try to maybe the cats. Two leaping cats. Don't miss it. Evel Knievel. Wait, hold on. Friday. Evel Knievel will jump 2 leaping cats, not 1, but 2 leaping cats. Friday. What about the whole other? Oh, right. Oh, no.
Money never changed a thing. Death kept following, tracking us down. At least I heard your bluebird sing. Somebody's gotta show their hand. Time is an enemy. I know you're long gone. I guess it must be up to me. If I thought about it, I never would have done it. I guess I would have let it slide. If I'd have lived my life by what others were thinking, the heart inside me would have died. But I was just too stubborn to ever be governed by enforced insanity. Someone had to reach for the stars, I guess it was up to me.
Sure is. Reed Mathis and Friends.
Pulling out, the orchids are in bloom. I only got me one good shirt left, and it smells like stale perfume. In 14 months, I've only smiled once, and I didn't do it consciously. Someone's got to find your trail. I guess it must be up to me. It was like a revelation when you betrayed me with your touch. Just about convinced myself that nothing had changed that much. The old rounder in the iron mask lent me the master key. Someone had to unlock your heart. He said it was up to me. You slowly disappear down into the officers' club. I would have followed you in the door, but I didn't have a ticket stub. So I waited all night till the break of day, hoping one of us could get free. When dawn came over the river bridge, I knew it was up to me. Well, the only decent thing I did when I worked as a postal clerk was to haul your picture down off the wall in the cage where I used to work. Was I a fool not to try to protect your identity? You look a little burned out, my friend. I guess it's up to me. Everything I need and amount to anything more than what the broken glass reflects. If you bite off more than you can chew, you got to pay the penalty. Someone's got to tell the tale, I guess it's up to me. Sorry, this is like stuff. Okay. Dupree came in pimping the night to the Thunderbird Cafe. Crystal wanted to talk to him and I had to look the other way. Well, I just can't rest without you, I need your company. If you ain't gonna cross the line, I guess it's up to me. There's a note left in the bottle, you can give it to Estelle. She's the one I've been wondering about, but there's really nothing much to tell. We both heard voices for a while, now the rest is history. Someone's gotta cry some tears, I guess it must be up to me. Go on, boys, play your hand, life is a pantomime. The ringleaders from the county seat said you don't have all that much time. And the girl with me behind her shades, she ain't my property. One of us has to hit the road, I guess it must be up to me. And if we never meet again, baby, remember me. How my lone guitar played sweet for you, that old time melody. And the harmonica around my neck, I blew it for you free. No one else could play that tune, you know it's up to me.
That was the sound of me opening Discord. God. Poor computer. Poor thing.
Fiasco.
American Night Owl.
It's time for the nightly news. Hippie Fiasco Rides Again News Division, along with its roving band of reporters all over the world, brings you just the facts. Who, what, when, where, sometimes why. With our late night anchor owl, Sir Knight Lee. Really? It's something every time, I tell you, here on the Nightly News. Hi, I'm Sir Knight Lee. Happy to be here. I am your host. Yeah, what's going on up there? There you go. There you go. All right, go team. All right. Bill Knight here, reporting for duty. Just tell me the news. I'll say it to the people. I don't care. Let's let them have it. Let's tell them what's really going on. This is the 9 o'clock edition of the news, but be sure to tune in tonight at 11 when we tell you what household object you might be using right now that might kill you. I could tell you now. It would only take 3 seconds. But tune in at 11 and find out just what household item is it that you might be holding right now that could kill you. More at 11. Today, upon news that after agreeing to donate 90% of their billions, several billionaires found themselves richer than ever anyways. It seems like they can't give it away. It's like, what? I tried to give it away, and I just made even more money. I don't know how that happened. It's crazy. And it's not even like the PR aspect of it paid off. It's something. I don't know. I mean, that didn't hurt, got to admit. Wait a second. Who am I now? I'm Bill Knight. I just read the news. Who, what, when, where. I don't slip into character. I do not play the people I report on. Nathan, cut that out. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. No worries. I don't care. Sir Bill Knight. Wait, Sir Knight Lee. Sir Knight Lee, that's the name. News is the game. Oh, in wonderful news, it is all over the world. People are celebrating Happy International Women's Day. This is Women's Month, and all over the world, people are celebrating Happy International Women's Day, everybody out there. The FBI are investigating a possible lead in a gang of bandits that apparently are planning their ultimate heist. They have several pings from various cell phones. They think they've got them sort of located, but it's within about a 10-mile radius. They haven't quite narrowed it down, but they have a feeling if they don't get to them by Thursday, they might have already had time to hatch their scheme. So all authorities are on alert for this roving gang of bandits. Apparently, this next plan is genius. Must be stopped. Apparently downtown today in Cincinnati, Well, it's in the span of just the last 24 hours, it has gone from below zero freezing temperatures to sweltering heat all across the nation. Spring has finally sprung, at least till Thursday, when the bandits hatched their scheme. More now on the billionaire story. This gentleman today is celebrating the first anniversary of his first nonprofit venture. I am Sir Knightley. This has been your Nightly News. All right, back to you, Nathan.
Hippie fiasco.
It's not easy. I'll tell you what. It's not easy.
American Night Out.
All right, well, there's got to be a leaving song around here somewhere. I think we'll all get better at that. Some memes are way. It seems that some of them are really easy to come up with. What the story is, and some of them stump me though. And but it did. I do like that it eventually became a theme. After a couple, I was like, "Oh no, this is going to be an off night." But then it found a little something. It's a tough one. And again, there's no rules. But one thing I've always liked is, all right, so Marino's lunch here in Stanton, Virginia, what many of us musicians refer to as church, and a lot of people in small towns that are surprisingly musical have a place like this. This Marino's was family owned since the 20s, and recently, probably like 5 years now, was shut down. The family finally sold it. Sat empty for a long time, and now it's being Victor Meyer and his family have bought it, and are bringing it to, they're leveling it up, but they have a deep love for what Marino's was. But one of the things Marino's was we'd meet there every Tuesday night at Marino's in Stanton, Virginia. That's where you wanted to be. There was music being made, and if I was When I didn't live here, if I was coming home, I would always make sure there was a Tuesday in there, and since I've lived here, and I've pretty much every Tuesday I would be there. But a lot of that, I could tell stories forever about the energy of that place. What it was like going in there for the first times. These people have been playing together for years. Finding your place in that is some interesting stuff. But the part I'm thinking about now is we would be in there every Tuesday night, and there was a lot of us, but there was a few few leaders. We had a few elders. People that have been there longer than anybody, and had us, Dwayne and Steve and Pete and Gwen and a good roster of elders. But also the community though. It's not a huge town, and not a lot. It wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but the people that were real regulars. So, this is like every Tuesday, year after year. This is an institution. This is like church. So over time, you have this community that can perform these mind-blowing renditions of songs. There were songs that were staples. Dwayne had his staples, and each person had some staples. And what I saw happen over time by the repetition of those staples was mind-blowing. And the beautiful thing is, and this is going to happen on this show eventually as it starts catching on, but even it already does when people come in and people come into Marinos just visiting Stanton or whatever, and like, oh, I heard this is a place to be. You should go to Marinos this Tuesday night. They come in there, and the next thing you know, the like just take a song like she walks these hills in a long black veil, or one of Dwayne's originals, or we had a version. I mean, you could almost call the whole community a band at this point, because like our version of certain songs is the best. So you're never going to hear it any better than that. But over time, like, not only did all the musicians know it and know how to, like, you discover these parts and these things, and it just keeps getting bigger every time you do it, until all of a sudden some tourist comes in and they're like, oh, what's this place? And all of a sudden they're in the middle, because it's a tiny place. So it was always, asses to elbows or whatever they say in there, just sardine can. But all of a sudden you're just in the middle of this community performing the most mind-blowing version of that Parsons song you've ever heard in your life. I love that. But I guess, if this is a pep talk in terms of the nightly news, you guys are my reporters in the field. And if we find ones that are good, I'm not against repetition. So if we get some gems, don't be afraid of repetition. Like this is definitely looks like a news story. There's a whole funny story that can evolve from it. But I'm truly riffing off what you're throwing me. So have fun with it. There'll be some, we'll be laughing hard, because it'll just be, of course. It'll always be, of course. Nice. I think I followed that boiler room statement. Well, I guess we need a leaving song. Golly, look at that. It's supposed to be an hour show. It's like an hour 34 already. Sorry, producers. It's like 5 minutes start screen, so. Part of my idea for that is it's an hour-long show. See, we're still the board of directors. We're still behind the scenes. We're not open for business really yet. We're still building this show. But I hope we're never finished. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a great show. I'm thinking but I think the idea is that it's an hour show, but I always go over. So like, I could even hype it, like the Power Hour, yours an hour. It's an hour-long show. Maybe the hour every night. I don't want to set time though. Whatever. But I'm thinking of that as sort of a shtick, and then I always go over. But I don't know if that's worthy or not. I do want to try to make, an hour's not, I mean, it's a good show, right? Johnny Carson or something. like if I do less videos, less cutting away from myself, so it's a little bit more focused. Maybe even only cut away the videos I make or sent directly to me or something. Just thinking out loud here. But people, I want people to discover the show and be able to watch the show in a way that is a little bit more like a show. Ona! So that article's coming. It's close. It's so close. I feel like it's so close. Ona's been working on an article about a Hollerin' Hope. He might post it on the porch if anybody wants to put some eyes on it. But he might just put it out there. I like it. I think it's good. Monk says Howard Stern style is the New York City Rockefeller days. He was only contracted for 3 hours, but he would always go long, like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, see, it's part of the story. Sometimes he's on for 5 minutes. Sometimes he's on for 5 hours. That's my man. What movie is that? Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to look it up. Hold on. Such a fan of this upgrade. Now, what was that line again? Oh, I got it. Oh, it's Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. My main inspiration for the show. So, what's 11/2 Saturday Night Live? 11 to 2. Is that or is that November 2nd? But I'm thinking, like, come out of the gate with a loop-de-loop and throwing GIFs on the screen. Then break it down for 3 acoustic numbers. Then share a video. And then do the nightly news. Then do leavings. I don't want to do the nightly news every night though. It inspires me to think towards structure, but then it inspires me even more to obliterate it once I commit. Can't make me do it. Oh, I ain't putting up with no sissy fuzz, no, I ain't working in the town. I ain't pushing no stone up no hill, just to watch it roll back down. No, I will always be free, and if you wanna show you how, but ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where you think you're off to now? Oh, I ain't working in no factory, no, never again. As long as I was working in that factory, I ain't never had no friends. Now I will always be free. And if you wanna gonna show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, oh, where you think you're off to now? I ain't putting up with no sissy fuzz, no sissy fuzz. I ain't working in the town. I ain't pushing no stone up no hill just to watch it roll back down. Oh, I will always be free. If you wanna know, I'd love to show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where you think you're off to now? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow night, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Somewhere in the wee hours, you and me. I'm Nathan Moore. This has been American Night Out. Thank you, Hippie Fiasco Rides Again Television, for everything. Check out the new record, Holler and Hope. It's on all the platforms, all the devices. Get it at nathansland.com. Keep an ear to the railroad track. Finger in the wind. I'm just kidding, man. I'm not going to sign off that way. See, but if it was a real show, if it was a real show, that'd be a good way to go. All right, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, kind protein bars. Tossed a penny, watched it roll, said heads, I'm heading to New Mexico. Tails, I'm staying right here where I sit. Now would you believe me if I lied? Said it stayed up on its side, so I hitched a ride to a place I'd never left. Oh, that traveling on, that feeling gone, that age-old remedy. Oh, I know that feeling, know it well, like I'm driving away from my tolling bell, and the hope alone seems to make me fit. See, on my guitar I sit and I strum, 'cause when a song comes along, it's like seeing something no one's gonna believe. And I've been drunk enough to boast a divine purpose for this coast to coast, but most of the time it's just enough to leave. Oh, that traveling on, that feeling gone, that age-old remedy. Now I'm sober and humble, but still I strum, 'cause when a song comes along, I swear, it's like seeing something no one's got. Oh, wait. I find faith in things I simply can't believe. tuning, don't you, guitar? Poor little guy. Well, I'm like Sid Arthur, like a fisherman. I need something rolling by when I make my stand. I'm just a man using his hands to pray. And when joy drops by, whatever's sweet, don't you beg her to stay like you never did meet, and not want to return to where she swept you away. Oh, that traveling on, that feeling gone, that age-old remedy. Well, I know that feeling like I know it well, like I'm ringing my own tolling bell, and I'm not alone, I'm not alright, I'm not afraid. Oh man, I promise I'll tune my guitar for tomorrow night. I swear I will. Someday you'll see me pull off a big ending, stick the landing. You'll be like, oh, he did it! I have this character in mind for the show. Maybe it's animated or something, but it's like, he's like a world-level gymnast. Like, he the things he can do on the parallel bars, on the balance beam, on everything, on the springboard, all that stuff. No one's seen anything like it. But he can't stick a landing to say it's so funny. Like lands on his head, or it lands like sideways, or lands like on people, or in the trash can, or out the window. Oh my goodness, I've never seen, and here all he has to do is stick the landing. This should be easy for him, a man of this. I've never seen anything like, whoa, oh, ow, oh, God, that had to hurt. Oh, Bob, cut away. Don't you got anything? Just cut away to something. Oh, man, what?
Hippie fiasco.
I mean, what? Here he goes. Oh, he's going for the landing. What? Wait. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, whoa. Someday that'll be it. You'll see. Yeah, he dies every landing like Kitty. It's like, but the commentary is so sincere during every routine. I have never seen it. I heard about that once in Hamburg, but I'd never seen it with my own eyes. It was just performed flawlessly here tonight. Now all he has to do is stick the landing. All he has to. Whoa, whoa. Oh man! And then, then as the pressure builds, now everybody's tuning in to see if he sticks the landing. No. Well, that felt like the leaving song. I lowered the quality of tonight's broadcast to see if it would free up some resources for my buttons, and although I still had some glitches and some weird issues, at the same time I was really trying to push it to its max too. So we had several cameras going, and the Logic project doing Before You Were Born as we came. I did close that, but then we opened Discord, and we're still here. We're still hanging out. Let's see if this button works. Hey, look at that. That's not usually the case. So for the moment, we might have to suffer quality. It's sad Macintosh has issues with streaming and with OBS. I can't even get a better computer. I'd have to switch to Windows. I can't. My brain melts thinking about it. I like having it all. Like, this is what I record with. This is what I make videos with. It's all in one. I can switch between recording and streaming. I can stream me recording, which I probably could do with the Windows, but ouch. I just leveled up. It feels like going backwards, even if it would be forwards. But Windows just makes vastly superior computers for streaming. My middle name is Might Have to Suffer Quality. Welcome to American Night Owl. Something's coming next, but we don't. We're downloading the way to get out of here. How do we?
Once you take yourself back to that place, should you close your eyes and go to that spot?
Now that I'm in, how do I get out?
Good question. I saw your other question, Monk, before I say goodnight, and yes, I have to change those manually, and they came from our good friend Heather. It's a frog. Always had a thing for frogs, and I have a million frogs. You're lucky that it's not all frogs behind me, because I was such a frog collector for a while that everybody gave me frogs for gifts for years. Frogs start out their life in water, underwater, as fish with no legs. They have a tail that look just like sperm called tadpoles. And there they are swimming around like little fish. Then they have a big long tail. Then they grow legs. And then they lose their tail and they hop up on land. How about that? I mean, can you imagine that? They start out as fish. Then they sprout little legs. Little frog in there. And it's just so wild to have, like, to evolve two completely different respiratory systems. I guess it maintains, because it can breathe underwater too. As an adult, it just becomes a super fish. God, frogs are so freaking cool. There for a second, I was like, why do I love frogs again? But seeing that, I'm just like, well, come on, frogs. Ben says he loves tree frogs, right? Breeze through its skin. And then you have toads. What's up with toads? Do toads start as tadpoles? There's a question for you. Let's have Percy define toad. Percy knows 64 tricks, by the way. I don't know if you know all the tricks that Percy can do, but watch this. Define toad. Here, boy. Any of various tailless, stout-bodied amphibians. Oh, they're called amphibians? With long hind limbs for leaping, semi-aquatic and terrestrial species. Now, do toads start as tadpoles? Because toads, then, all the toads I know about live on land. They do not jump in the water. Frogs do that. But I usually see toads around sheds and stuff and in the woods. But do those start? Oh, is that... Man, I'm such a fan of Mark Banducci. He almost had the Holler and Hope album cover, but Kutch's was just too perfect. And it already got its claws in our heart. But this painter is such a talented man, and he shares so generously on social media and stuff. It's just in such a cesspool. It's nice to see these rays. It's guys like that keep me around. and being able to share my show, and of course all my friends. But still, this dude, next level. Appreciate you, Mark Banducci. I might be saying that wrong, but he's amazeballs. Well said. Yes, he is. He does portraits of people. He was like, I reached out to him about using that art for an album cover, and he was like, man, send me a picture. I'll do your portrait. Just like, whoa. I got to do that, by the way. Send him a picture. I feel like it should be one of these pictures of the show. So is anybody... So Ona says toads get wet. All right, toads might get wet, but frogs, you always have this sense like they can't go too far from the water. Like that they're at least those kinds of frogs. Now, I'm sure tree frogs in a rainforest and stuff like that, they're, of course, but I'm thinking of right out here in the country. A frog is by the river, by the pond. It's going to jump in there when you get close. And you almost feel like you can't go too far from there. Now, a toad, on the other hand, is all warty. You know, frogs have that smooth skin. They're swimmers. Toads are fat and bumpy, and they're like nowhere near the water. That's what I'm talking about. I know toads. Toads and me go way back. Now, we might have different... We might use the word toad differently in different places. Jumping frogs are toads. That's a good point. Is that true? Because I always thought of bullfrogs. I always thought the jumping frogs were bullfrogs. Yeah, toads burrow on land. And frogs, it seems like they need to breathe, like they need to go in the water some to breathe right or something, whereas toads are a terrestrial machine. See, that's why people tune into this show, is to learn what I don't know. Yeah, well, you know, I didn't learn anything except I know what that guy doesn't know now, which is some brain cells I'll never be able to put to good use. 2.5 hours of an hour-long program I'll never get back. 3-hour-long nightly show. Now I know what he doesn't know. Hippie Fiasco TV. Yeah. Frogs are slimy where toads are dry and clammy. And toads famously pee on you. So they're dry, but then you're all... The smallest frogs can totally keep you... Oh, they're so loud. The peepers. So loud. All right, now we're talking. Now somebody can actually walk away from the show going, you know what I learned last night on that Hippie Fiasco Rise Again television? A distinction between frogs and toads is not made in scientific taxonomy, but is common in popular culture. Here we go. If this isn't what's wrong with the world today in a nutshell, I don't know what to tell you. In which toads are associated with drier, rougher skin and more terrestrial When will these scientists just listen to us? We're trying to explain it to them. Well, look, we'll tell you what. Your toad, you see. Are you writing this down? You're the scientist. You should write this down, okay? Toad, see, burrows up there in the woods. Bumpy skin. They'll pee on you. Yeah, they will. Now, there's bullfrogs. Delicious. Delicious legs. Big jumping legs. Delicious. We'll go gigging later. What? I'll just call it research. It'll be fun. I got some Pabst Blue Ribbon. We'll get you dinner. Let's go get some dinner. Yeah, I'm with you. We don't want to get too smart. Anyways, we got to pace ourselves. Frogs have long legs. This is from Ona, one of our experts in the field. Frogs have long legs, longer than their head and body, which are made for hopping. Toads, on the other hand, have shorter legs and prefer to crawl around. Yeah, they're not going to, like, a frog, like, will jump like 5-6 feet away into the water. Like, whoa. Oh, I didn't see it. Whereas a toad's like, ugh. You might want to take a picture of this, Mr. Scientist. They're like, ready? They're like, I can actually do. They get around the same way I do. Especially if I was on all fours, I can do a perfect simulation of that for you, sir. Ona continues. Generally, frogs spend most of their lives in or near water. It's true. I mean, I've never seen them. What's in the desert? Horned toad. Horny toad. He said horny. Is that what's the scientific people's debate there? Toads, on the other hand, get out on land a little more and find their way into gardens and yards. Frogs usually have moist, slimy skin, while toads have dry, bumpy skin. See, I feel like a frog, if it tried to venture up to the garden, it would die. It needs to stay wet. Now that I'm definitely just making up, but I think it's true. I just get that feeling like you can't go far from this water, can you? You got to jump in it from time to time. You got to stay in it. Sitting there with their little heads sticking out of the water. Just torn between two worlds. It's like half in the looking glass and half out. Is your looking glass half full or half empty? Now toads, on the other hand, they pack a bag. All right, well, we'll see you in a few days. I'm going to go check out the garden. Maybe get caught by a kid, pee on him. You know, it sounds great. All right, I gotta stay. Yeah, I gotta stay here. Yeah, I know. Someday, maybe, I don't know, but I gotta stay here. Are horny toads? They're lizards, aren't they? It's another just scientists throwing words around like they mean, like they can just mean whatever they want them to mean. You're gonna hang with a turtle. You have plans. You have a date. Have you set the date? Oh my God! All right, this 2 hours and 5 minutes. I have music boxes I have to take apart. I scored some music boxes. I'm going to screw them under the table here so just their little wind arms are sticking out, and then whenever I want. So, where were we? Hey, kids. Welcome to the show. What do you do when someone hurts your feelings on social media? Do you lash out? It's always good to take a breath. Take a big, deep breath. And remember, the people you hate the most need your love the most. So next time someone makes you angry, try loving them, wishing the world for them, praying for their deeper understanding, patience. Know that the only reason you're arguing in the first place is because you want what's best for them. You know that's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole row of them. I got like 7 of them. I'm gonna screw them. They're gonna be right. I'm tearing them out of their boxes. I'm gonna screw them all right along here. So I'm just going to have a whole row of little knobs whenever I want. Can you hear it when it's under the table? Just naturally. I don't say that. How do you get it? How do you do that? I could never do that. That's part of my problem. She says, I say frack off. I could never do that. Ever. To anybody. I can ignore. There's some people I can just ignore. And there's some personalities I will remove from my virtual world. I definitely do not need this. I don't know what you are or how that happens, or if you're just pretending to be that, or there's definitely some personalities but that's really rare, very rare. And I even doubt those are actual people, although I know some of them are. But still have my doubts. But for the most part, I can't do it. And I don't post. I for a long time I would post political things and I like sort of hosting interesting conversations and stuff. But it got to a point where there was a couple of conversations I wasn't qualified to moderate or host, and I was unevolved on the topic, and even though I learned a lot, I came away a little scarred, and then had a few exchanges since then that just made me. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. I'll never go there again. And but I still respond to other people's stuff, and I'll definitely get involved in conversations that are ongoing on a local level in local forums. Well, local politics is a good focus. So I'll get my hands dirty in there. I found a card last night. Here, check this out. I don't even know who this is, but this lady that lives behind my mom. February 2019. Dear Nathan, I've been meaning to write you for ages to thank you for your thoughtful, rational, lucid, diplomatic comments on social media when people, trolls, were getting all worked up about changing the name of Lee High School, my alma mater, Robert E. Lee. You helped calm them down. She goes on and on. This is really sweet. She sent me a handwritten letter to thank me for my presence in that regard. So I like that. I'll engage on that level. You didn't really miss anything, Monk. Just sort of rambling. But leading the way, putting up posts that I know will spark conversation. Nope. I don't trust myself. I don't trust the social media. I don't trust the people in my circle. I relate to so few people, but I mean that's always been the case. It's not really. I'm not crying about that. Isn't that cool? I just found that when I was cleaning up last night. I was like, "What is this? Oh God, who is that lady behind my mom?" I'm really sensitive to the tribal thing. Like I just can't do it. It's amazing how everybody can, but the tribal thing. I mean, it's so through and through. It's amazing. It's like 50-50. Like it's almost like it's just something in our the way we're built or something. It's in our programming. It's in our basic programming. And like one of the things that the goal of humanity, I think, is to transcend our natures. I feel like that's, it's taken us thousands of years to come this far, and we have thousands of years to go, but it doesn't have to be the ultimate goal or the only goal, and it can be a scary thing too, because our natures are beautiful and powerful. But I feel like we always have to be reminded that transcending is so important, and it's something that has to be renewed. If you don't renew the spirit of transcendence with every generation, you stop. And important people have sparked that transcendent notion, the transcendent notions beyond. Call it progress, call it whatever you want, but I mean it started from the us being animals and someone creating a melody out of 3 notes, or laughing, or the laughter. This is not just all made up stuff. This is destiny. We cry and laugh automatically, transcending nature on to another place, and then we craft and we imagine, we make. And it is, when you and the tribal thing is it's hard to stay away. I mean, it's hard not to get sucked into it. It's like my Nana's notes about me. My mom was a Democrat. My grandma was an even firmer Democrat, and I'm a Democrat, and I'll probably die a Democrat. And I read that, and I truly don't completely know what that means. It's changed meanings. I mean, all these things have changed. But her great great grandmother was a firmer Democrat, it's probably a little cringe. It's probably in Virginia, Democrats. My grandmom's, she lived well into her 90s. Her grandmom's Democrat is not what you might think it would be, right? So, what is it really? I mean, it's pretty fascinating when you get into seeing like ways like conservative versus liberal and things like that are really pretty well defined personalities. Different values, different perspective of what you think is important. So, of course, conservatives are trying to, in their worst moments, they're trying to preserve the wrong things. But when you break them down to tendencies and not pull out specific examples and just focus on the greater trends or tendencies of what these personalities are, what they value, how they operate in the world, what they contribute, different types of people. And I definitely, from a distance, don't see one tribe as more valuable than the other. I see them both as having a real purpose, and it's so frustrating to even witness that. You're like, oh, God, you guys balance yourselves out so beautifully in a weird way. So I don't know. You're never going to listen to me. And it's not like it's not working, but it's not working. It's now like so exploited by the powers that be. They got it down to a science. And we keep missing these golden opportunities to transcend that tribal thing on so many levels. I remember watching the Tea Party being born while Occupy Wall Street was happening, and I'm just like, you realize y'all are saying the same thing, right? Please tell me you're like two sides of the exact same coin, frustrated with the power structures. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. But daggone if you don't still see it every single day. It's like, and the more people believe that the other tribe is actually, not just different, but bad, the more that it becomes a self-fulfilling reality. And I know that none of this is new thinking for any of y'all. So I'm just saying this to eternity. But it makes Facebook almost unbearable. It's like everybody's like taking these. And the thing that gets me too is that I've seen Bulworth, yeah, great movie. Is that there's all these different energies Like for me, I tend to get more upset with people that are on the left because I'm on the left in lots of ways. And, but I think it's like, and to a certain extent, like the people, if you have like a evangelical banker, right wing, whatever, the epitome of the worst character or something, like, I don't feel connected to that. I don't feel like that's part. It's almost like when you look at injustices in other countries, like, people that fight for justice here in America, they talk about it like it's, and it's all really important. Whatever injustice you witness, you have to do what you can to remedy it. And I get it, but like, you feel outraged towards things you feel connected to in a way that you don't. Like, you might intellectually disagree with the way other countries do things. I mean, there's some horrible countries out there that treat their people way worse than anything we ever witness, But that's not the focus of our outrage. The focus of our outrage is this stuff in front of us. But why are we like that with that, but we're not like that with each other. As a country, we're completely willing to just sit back in our world and throw shit at someone else's. Why don't we do that with other countries? I just feel like where we pick and choose is weird. But people are so tribal these days that in such a weird way, such a weird time that we're in, that you can't even, you can't criticize your own team without them being convinced. I don't know. It's so, and then I just said team, and team's the thing I'm trying to transcend, and it's just endless because these are natural divisions. It's not just completely made up stuff. These are real divisions. That's why transcending them is so important, because it's not like we're just making it up. But I just talked a complete circle and contradicted myself in so many ways and that's part of the energy of the whole thing. But I got to the point where, I couldn't question my, leftist friends without being accused of not being on the team in some way, and it's which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. I've learned a lot. I always thought in some way, it's one of the things that was hardest for me the last 4 years. I always thought in some silly way, like I would have like a that I could be a visionary or a leader in some sense in terms of revolutionary thinking and stuff like that. But boy, did I get my ass handed to me on so many fronts, to suddenly realize that the revolution that you've been fighting for your entire life, you are now the enemy. And I'm not making that up. Like that is just that energy is there, and it's a beautiful thing to a certain extent. It's sort of like getting humbled, trying to celebrate the higher power. Yeah, well, don't get too carried away there, buddy. It is true, Magpie. The last 4 years were in lots of different ways, in lots of terrible ways, and lots of beautiful ways. The last 4 years were transformative, frightening, inspiring, and I'm definitely not complaining. If I talk about, there's so many conversations that are going on I wish I could be more active in, but I really can't talk right in this world today. And that's the thing that almost drives me the most crazy. Like, I see people now, the trope is everybody's on there going, cancel culture is either the right wingers are saying they're canceling this, they're canceling that, or the left wingers are saying cancel culture isn't really a thing. And I'm like, are you all out of your mind? Really? Are you all just out of your mind? What world are you watching? I mean, it would be so easy just to be on a team. I'd know what to say then. Oh yeah. But I don't understand people. I don't know what you're doing. I post after post after post. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Everybody, all of you, all y'all. I mean, what is going on? But I'll tell you what is true with a lot of things that happen on a daily basis. My take on it, what I think about it, would not go down well. And that's just, it just is what it is. I don't know if there's something wrong with me. Sometimes I definitely have like unevolved takes, and I used to put them out there because I liked evolving on them. But anymore, it's just, you know, you're not allowed to show that wrong part of yourself. And that's hard for me to take, because showing the wrong part of myself is how I got to where I am today. What? No one wants to see the wrong part of people anymore. It's not funny. It's not edgy. It's not insightful. Oh, yeah. I mean, Amy says, I feel so misunderstood from one. Oh, you mean earlier tonight or just in general? Because that happens all the time. Nowadays, you have everybody takes whatever you said and assumes the worst possible interpretation of that immediately, right away. Like, how could you say that? Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Just say that. Well, that's what I thought, so I said it. All right, I won't say what I think anymore. Sorry. I mean, that is happening. Cancel culture, I mean, it is what it is. It's a beautiful thing, a powerful thing, a horrible thing. It's complicated, it's nuanced, it's layered, it's new technology, social media. This didn't exist when I was a kid. Somebody couldn't do something in another country, and by the time their plane lands, after a sentence they said, their career is gone. You know, like, all these are new phenomena. This new technology. We feel like we live in a surveillance world anyways. People are getting outed for old, bad takes on things they said. I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, we are transforming into a new being through this technology and through our social interactions. And I mean, I have faith that the end result, as painful as it is now, the end result is going to be cool. But at the same time, why is everybody pretending like what's happening is not happening? Everybody's gaslighting everybody all the time. It's so weird. Magpie says, honestly, we're all on high alert like PTSD from the insanity of Trump and constant gaslighting. It's very easy to get triggered when you feel threatened. Yeah, but everybody, I mean, absolutely. And everybody can feel threatened. And so everybody's triggered. Absolutely. I mean, no one owns that. It's you know, it's like Nana's story. Here, I told you about this. I'm gonna grab it. Monk says, when I was a kid, you could go to the corner market with $5 and get 5 bags of chips, 5 candy bars, and 5 cold pops. But now there are cameras everywhere. Get off my lawn. Things About Me by Nancy Moore. 2016. I love cookies. I would make a good defense attorney. I make most people innocent. That's the first thing she said. I would make a good defense attorney. I make most people innocent. I love cookies. Crooked pictures bother me. I always have the urge to straighten them, and sometimes I do. But the longest one on here, I want to see what that one line is. See if I keep quoting it wrong. I am a Democrat. My mother was a Democrat. And my grandmother was an even firmer Democrat. I will probably die a Democrat. But the longest thing that she wrote in this, most of them are just like one sentence long. Words can hurt. When I was in second grade, there was a girl named Mary White. I vividly remember where she sat at her desk and what she said to me. She was sort of upper class, and I was probably middle class. I was so happy and surprised to get a Valentine from her. The Valentine was heart-shaped, and it said, "Roses are red, violets are blue, skunks stink, and so do you." Even though that was some 80 years ago, I still remember that card. I was shy and sensitive, but I lived through it and thought to myself, I will never, ever insult or hurt anyone with my words. I learned that words are powerful, and through the years, I have been blessed with words through the fruit of the Spirit and with so much love, joy, and kindness. I believe a kind word can change someone's entire life. However, I still think Mary White was a nasty little... Oh, yeah, I shouldn't say that. She probably still exists out there somewhere. I am sure God, or her family, I'm sure God has forgiven me, but words do hurt. And I guess that's the point. That's the minefield. It's the one thing I just can't bring myself to do is, and if I do slip a little bit and do it, it keeps me up at night. If I try to hurt somebody with my words, as much as they might anger me, I try to never do that. I try to always love them and try to find some eloquent way to show them what I think they're missing. And failure at that is frustrating for sure, but I try to never go to the level of trying to hurt somebody with my words. And I feel like that's not the way people operate these days. And I'm not lamenting for some past. I'm advocating for some future. Come on. My Nana remembered those silly words for 80 years. How long do you think I'm going to remember some of the things I've been called? Well, that's my little ramble. I'm going to need some music. A little ginger after the spoiled sushi of my political rambles. You know, I'm just as fascinated by all of it as I am convicted. I don't necessarily think you know how I feel about what I think I know, and I'm not lying about that. Oh, I forgot. See, I remembered. I could hear it. Oh yeah. You let the dogs out. Taking it light, that's the only way to go. Taking it easy is sure better than some of that living the hard times up underneath the wicked moonshine. Yeah, for a while I was so blind, but now I'm beginning to see the light. That's right. There's nothing like loving to bring back the love, and love is all there is to love about life. Enjoying yourself, that's the only way to know just what you've been missing when you've been down that dark and lonely road. You can get lost in the hustle, all the cost of bustle. I suggest you find your sugar shuffle off into the night. Yeah, that's right. 'Cause there's nothing like loving to bring back the love, and love is all there is to love about life. Freedom, that's when somebody holds you. Freedom, that's when somebody knows you too. Yeah, you can try busting your demons, but you'll only get them screaming. I think you're better off dreaming a lover tangled up in the light. That's right. This is nothing like loving. Everybody, there's nothing like loving. There's nothing like loving. Well, there's nothing like loving. Well, there's nothing like loving to bring back the love, and love is all there is to love. Yeah, love is all there is to love about life. That's right. Wow. Hadn't sung that one in a while. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching tonight. Love you all so much. Good to see you, Chad. Good to see you, Amy. Good to see everybody. See you very, very soon. Thanks for everything. The poem's coming up. I'm pretty psyched about this. This will be coming through my leveled up new little mixing board here that I already love so much. Very cool. And you know, if I tremble a little bit with that kind of stuff, don't worry about me. I feel better about all kinds of things than I have in a long time. That's why I'm willing to talk about some stuff. And there's certain things I got to work out. You know, I can't just think to myself. I gotta say it to the world. See what comes out, and take it from there. See you soon. Bye.
Bring me all of your dreams, you dreamers. Bring me all of your heart melodies, that I may wrap them in a blue cloud cloth, away from the too rough fingers of the world. And that is what poetry may do. Wrap up your dreams, protect and preserve them, and hold them until maybe they come true. Columbus dreamed of finding a new world. He found it. Edison dreamed of light, more light, and he made light. All the progress that human beings have made on this old earth of ours grew out of dreams. That is why it is wise, I should think, to hold fast to dreams. For if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow.